Hi dear students, today we discuss about the energy of a continuous charge distribution. In the last class we discussed the energy of point charge distribution and we derived the energy of volume charge distribution, that is W is equal to half integration over the volume rho V d tau, where the V is the electric potential, and here we will derive the expression for the energy, that is expression for the W, or we can say this is energy U in terms of the electric field. Okay. That is the target, the aim in this session is to derive the expression for the energy in terms of the electric field. For this, first I consider this is equation number 1. We know that the expression for the electric field, that is the Gauss's divergence theorem, del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon 0. Here I have a rho here. I am going to replace this rho by the expression rho is equal to epsilon 0 del dot E. That is, if this is a case number 2, I am going to replace this rho by this one. Therefore, this W can be written as half integration volume integral epsilon 0 del dot E electric potential V d tau. Or if I take the epsilon 0 outside, this can be written as W is equal to epsilon 0 by 2 volume integral del dot E V d tau. Okay, now I put this is equation number 2. Here I will find a substitution for this term. That is, for that I will take a product rule. That is, according to product rule, the divergence of electric field multiplied with the scalar quantity, here the scalar quantity is the potential, that is equal to del dot E V plus E dot del V. This is a scalar quantity, this is also scalar quantity, this also a scalar quantity. Here, if we compare the terms, this term is nothing but this one. Therefore, I will bring this term to the left side, del dot E V, that is equal to del dot E V minus E dot del V. This is equation number 3. Let's replace this term by the equation 3, that is put equation 3 in equation 2. Therefore, the W becomes epsilon 0 by 2 into volume integral, then I put a square bracket, del dot EV minus E dot del V. Square bracket closed. and next where we have the d tau outside here, that is d tau. Now if I slightly rearrange the term like epsilon 0 by t volume integral del dot EV plus this I write E dot minus del V, because I have an intention that I will replace this minus del dot V by the expression electric field E. That you are already familiar with this equation. There is a W0, sorry, the W can be written as epsilon 0 by 2 volume integral del dot EV plus E dot E, fine, multiplied by d tau. Here I will write this equation as in this form, that is epsilon 0 by 2, I open the bracket and multiply with the tau each time, volume integral del dot EV d tau plus again volume integral E dot E is nothing but E square d tau. Here I will apply Gauss's divergence theorem to this term, that is apply Gauss's divergence theorem Gauss's divergence theorem means simply apply volume integral del dot E, that is a common equation that we know, general equation, is equal to the volume integral is converted into surface integral E dot dA. Or if I multiply this electric field with a scalar quantity like a volume integral del dot EV d tau, that is here this term is this one, then the surface integral, this will be, we have to take this E as a single quantity term, that is EV dot dA. If this is the case, what I will do is just I will substitute this equation here, W can be written as epsilon 0 by 2 surface integral EV dot dA plus the volume integral E square d tau. Epsilon 0 divided by 2, here I will write surface integral. Since this V is a scalar quantity, then I can write V E dot dA, I took it outside, then this will be volume integral E square d tau. Let me put this is equation number 6, sorry, equation number 3, this is equation number 4, this is left hand side is W. If you compare this equation 4 with equation 1, that is the left hand side of the equation 4, that will be the same as that of equation 1. Then I can compare equation 4 with equation 1. Equation 1 is nothing but half volume integral rho v d tau is equal to equation 4, because the LHS of the equation 4 and equation 1 are same. Therefore, I have equated. Then the right hand side of the equation 4 is epsilon 0 by 2 into surface integral v e dot dA plus epsilon 0 by 2 volume integral e square d tau. This is equation number 5. If I integrate the LHS of this equation, that is, if I integrate over a volume, for example, I have a solid uniformly charged sphere, and this sphere has a radius r. This is uniformly charged, and rho is the charge density. If I integrate the charge density over this volume, the value of the integral will have a constant result, because if I start to integrate, I can integrate up to the radius r, because the charge exists only up to this radius r. Outside this radius or outside this volume, the charge is 0. There is a charge resides only inside the sphere. Therefore, the integration of this volume integral rho v d tau of this particular volume of the sphere gives a constant result. That the answer of this, that is nothing but the LHS of this equation 5, that will be a constant value. But if you check the second term, that is this term in the equation 5, that increases continuously if integrated over more and more, since e square is a scalar quantity. So to have a constant value of RHS of this equation, the surface integral, that is this term, should decrease. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞതിനെ ചുരുക്കിയതാണ്. നമ്മൾ ഈ ടേം ഇക്വേഷൻ LHS ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഈ ടേം നമ്മൾ ഇൻ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അത് ഇൻ്റഗ്രേഷൻ വരിക എവിടെയാണോ ഈ വോളിയം, ഈ ചാർജ് ഡെൻസിറ്റി ഉള്ളത്, അതുവരേക്കും നമുക്ക് ഇതിനെ ഇൻ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് we can integrate over the volume where the charge exists. ചാർജ് നിൽക്കുന്ന ആ ഭാഗത്തുള്ള ആ വോളിയം അത്രയും സെൻട്രലിൽ നിന്ന് തുടങ്ങി ചാർജ് ഏതുവരെ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടിരിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ ആ വോളിയം വരേക്കും മാത്രമേ എനിക്ക് ഇൻ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഈ ഇക്വേഷനെ നമ്മൾ ഇൻ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ. അപ്പോൾ അത് നൽകുന്ന നെറ്റ് റിസൾട്ട് ഒരു കോൺസ്റ്റൻറ്റ് വാല്യൂ ആയിരിക്കും. ഓക്കെ. പക്ഷേ അതേ വോളിയം ഇൻ്റഗ്രേഷൻ നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഇക്വേഷൻ 5ൻ്റെ രണ്ടാമത്തെ RHSൽ രണ്ടാമത്തെ ടേം ആയിട്ടുള്ള epsilon 0/2 വോളിയം ഇൻ്റഗ്രൽ e സ്ക്വയർ d tau ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഈ വോളിയം ഇൻ്റഗ്രൽ അങ്ങനെ കൂടി പോകും. പക്ഷേ ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഹാൻഡ് സൈഡിൽ LHSലെ വാല്യൂ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു കോൺസ്റ്റൻറ്റ് റിസൾട്ടാണ്. പക്ഷെ RHSലേത് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഇൻക്രീസിങ് വാല്യൂ ആണ്. പക്ഷെ ഒരു കോൺസ്റ്റൻറ്റ് ആവണമെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഈ സർഫേസ് ഇൻ്റഗ്രൽ ഇവർ ഡിക്രീസ് ചെയ്യണം. ഈ ടൈം ഇങ്ങനെ ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്ത് വരുമ്പോൾ ഈ ടൈം ഇങ്ങനെ ഡിക്രീസ് ചെയ്യണം, എന്നാലേ നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ ഒരു LHS കോൺസ്റ്റൻ്റ് ആവുള്ളൂ. വാട്ട് വിൽ ഹാപ്പൻ to the surface integral term, that is this term, when r tends to infinity? That we will see. Before that, we note down this information. That is, if you integrate the LHS of this equation, that is this term, over any volume that encloses the total charge, the volume integral will have constant result. Okay, outside the volume, the charge is 0, since the charge resides only inside the sphere, just as shown earlier. The second term on the RHS, that is volume integral E square d tau, increases continuously if integrated over more and more, since E square is a scalar quantity. That is this term that will increases more and more if you do the volume integration, whereas the left hand side, this term gives a constant result. Then, so to have a constant value of RHS of equation 5, that is the surface integral term, surface integral V E dot dA should decrease. Okay, now let us see what will happen to the surface integral term when R tends to infinity. Now let us check what will happen to this term, surface integral term, when R tends to infinity. Surface integral V E dot dA. The second term contains electric potential, electric field, surface area. When the electric potential due to a charge distribution is proportional to 1 by R, the electric field due to charge distribution is proportional to 1 by R square, because you know expression for the electric potential and expression for the electric charge. Potential is for single charge is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q by R. This will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by R square. If it is a volume charge distribution, this will be rho d tau. This also will be the rho d tau. And whatever be the charge distribution, the electric potential varies 1 by R, electric field varies 1 by R square. The surface area vector, or the surface area dA, that is if it is a sphere, dA is equal to 4 pi R square. This dA is proportional to R square. V into E into dA means 1 by R into 1 by R square into R square. This R square and R square get cancelled. That is, we are left with 1 by R. This V into E into dA gives a result 1 by R. Now, if you do the integration over the volume, means this R tends to infinity. Therefore, this 1 by R, that will be equal to 1 by infinity, that goes to 0. This when R tends to infinity, 1 by R goes to 0. Okay, that is, which means the surface integral vanishes for integral all over the space. That is what was from where we have come. That is, while doing the integration, this value give a constant result. That is, if I do the whole space integration. Whole space integration means if I have an object like a sphere here, then if I am doing the whole space integration, then whole space integration means from 0 to R is equal to 0 to infinity, if this is R vector, then the left hand side, that is the charge density, is there up to this volume. After that, this integral do not vary. Therefore, this answer will be constant. But this time, that increases, this R tends to infinity. But at the meantime, this term, just now we have seen that this goes to 0 when R tends to infinity. That is, this increases, whereas this decreases. Therefore, this term will be constant. Therefore, now we can say that it is clear that the surface integral term decreases as r tends to infinity. That is, the surface integral term decreases as r tends to infinity. Now, what is the result? What is the consequence of this one? That is, if you see this equation here, if you do the whole space integration, then this term goes to 0. Then you will have only this second term in this equation. This second term. Therefore, equation 5 that is left hand side we have the integration over the whole space rho v d tau is equal to first term when 0, then epsilon 0 by 2 whole space E square d tau. This is nothing but our work done or the energy stored. Therefore, W can be written as epsilon 0 by 2, that is this one, whole space E square d tau. This work will be stored as energy. Work is nothing but the energy. Therefore, we can write this is a U is equal to epsilon 0 by 2 whole space E square d tau. This is the expression for the energy stored in continuous charge distribution. Now let us discuss the energy density. This is nothing but the energy stored per unit volume. That is, we have the energy. Just now we have derived the expression epsilon 0 by 2, the whole space integral or the volume integral E dot d E square d tau, and energy density, energy per unit volume is epsilon 0 by 2 volume integral E square d tau divided by this energy per unit volume means here we have the volume integral, that is nothing but volume integral d tau. This will be equal to epsilon 0 by 2 E square, because E square is a uniform, I can take it outside, volume integral d tau divided by volume integral d tau. Then these two volume integral will cancel, and now we are left with the energy density is equal to half epsilon 0 E square. This is the expression for the energy density. This is extremely useful for the electromagnetic waves for which energy is stored within the electric field. That is, we will discuss in detail the electromagnetic waves in the next course, because the electromagnetic wave, as its name suggests, it consists of both electric and magnetic field. The energy of the electromagnetic wave is stored in electric and magnetic fields. Therefore, this will be highly helpful for the electromagnetic waves for which the energy is stored within this electric and magnetic field. Please let me note on that also here. Okay. Now what about the other expression for the electric field? Energy stored. I can write the energy stored we have this expression, that is half volume integral rho v d tau. Be careful that here V is electric potential, then energy density, divide this expression by the volume, this energy stored by volume. This is equal to half into volume integral rho V d tau by volume integral d tau. Then the charge density and the electric potential are constant. We can take it outside. This will be half rho V volume integral d tau divided by volume integral d tau. These two d tau got cancelled. This is half rho V. There is energy density. Has another form, that is this one, half charge density into electric potential. This expression will also be extremely useful in electrostatics, where the energy is stored in the charge distribution itself. Okay, let me note down. Fine, these are all the discussion about the energy stored in the charge distribution. Next, we will do few problems. That is, we will calculate the energy stored in the uniformly charged solid sphere and also the energy stored in the uniformly charged spherical shell.